Hey, good evening. I'm glad to see everybody here. Let me ask you a question. Who here tonight are visitors? We have a lot of affiliates here with us. How many visitors do we have? Okay, that's about eight or nine. Okay, great. Corey, I see you're sitting here. Corey, would you mind if I picked on you tonight? No? Okay, good deal. Well, what I want to do is I want to show you guys, you've all heard about MPB today. You've all been talked about by somebody that brought you here, or you've seen a road sign, or somebody's handed you a business card that said get free gas and free groceries. And that's all well and good, but now I want to find out how you do it. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you how that happens and how we were able to get that done. And just bear with me just for a minute. My name is Bill Johnson, by the way, and the reason that I'm here is Hal Campbell introduced me to this business about 6 weeks ago, maybe 7 weeks ago now. And I was in the real estate and development business. The real estate and development business is a little flat right now, so I was blessed when Hal showed this to me, because it enabled me to get free gas and groceries for my family for the last 6 weeks. And it's been great. I've cycled 3 times, and I'll show you what that means. I know that doesn't mean anything to you right now, but I've cycled 3 times since I've been in the business, and that means that I have gotten Walmart gift cards, and I'll show you in just a minute what that means. Corey, let me show you here what happens to MPB today. In order to be a part of MPB today, Corey, you need to, I'll put your name right here. And Corey, there's 2 things you need to do in MPB today. Number 1 is you pay a $210 one-time fee. Now, let me explain that to you. The $200 of that fee is a one-time grocery deposit. And a deposit, as you know, you put money in the bank as a deposit. It's there. You get it back whenever you need it. The $10, the $210, the $10 is for a website. The website is an annual fee, so that's pretty exciting, because most websites are $29, $39, $49 a month. And MPB today has this website for us that is only $10 a year. The website tracks your entire business. You don't need to do anything. The website does it all. So, Corey, with that in mind, do you know anybody that friends of yours, people that you know, that buy gas and groceries? Do you know 2 people? Okay, of course you do. Everybody buys gas and groceries. That's the beauty of this business, is that 100% of the people that are out there are potential customers for us. And so, Corey, when you pay your $200 for your grocery deposit and $10 for your website, then you go and talk to 2 friends of yours and get them to do the same thing. It's not hard. They all buy gas and groceries, and they'll be willing to listen to you. So let's just say that this is number 1 and that's number 2. And we go down here, we put number 3, number 4, number 5, and number 6. And the reason I'm numbering that way is because that's the way the computer numbers, and the computer reads this. When we put somebody into the business, the computer does it for us. We don't have to say, well, we'll put you here, we'll put you there. The computer does it, and it does it from top to bottom, from left to right. So, Corey, the first person that you put in is going to be Bob. And when you put Bob in, Bob goes to this position right here. And when you put Mary in, Mary goes to this position, number 2, right there. Well, Mary and Bob do the same thing that you did, Corey. They put in $200 and $10 for a website. The $200 deposit is just like yours. It's just there as a deposit. Now, when they do that, Bob, Corey, you have fulfilled your second obligation with the company, and that is to get 2 people into the business. Once you have 2 people into the business, you're eligible to receive checks from now on. You never have to do another thing. The $200 that you put in is a one-time fee. There's no monthly fees. There's no auto ship. There's no nothing. There's $200 one-time fee and a $10 website fee. The $10 is ongoing. It's annual, but we can, a year from now when we're making a lot of money, we can afford $10. Okay. But Corey, now what happens is when you get Bob and you get Mary into the business, Corey, you make, I'm going to stand right in your way here, but you make $100 on that first getting those 2 in. That's $50 for Bob and $50 for Mary. Now you've made $100, and guess what's going to happen now? Mary and Bob are going to do the same thing you did. Now that doesn't mean, Corey, that you can't go out and get more people into the business. You certainly can, and that will come full circle for you. After we get into this, you'll understand exactly what we're doing and why we're doing this. But let's just say that Bob and Mary go out and do the same thing you did, and Bob gets number 3 and number 4, Mary gets 5 and 6, and we could put names to them, but at this point it really doesn't matter. When that happens, you have completed your cycle. Now this is a matrix. It's a 2x2 matrix, and when you complete your cycle, which is done now because you've got 2 people in, that qualifies you to get a check. Bob and Mary have 2 people in each, and they get qualified to get a check, and then also it causes you to cycle. When you cycle, the company pays you $100. So there's another $100 check that you get. And now the company gives you a $200 Walmart gift card for cycling. So in the first cycle, you made $400. Okay? Now that you made that $400, you've still got your $200 deposit up here from the company. And we're going to let that ride because we want to do this again, right? We want to keep on going. So that's what's going to happen is we're going to take Corey, and Corey is now with his $200 is going to go and start another matrix. And so we go over here and we got Corey there, and the $200 deposit that you put in, that $200 deposit is still there. It's just there. It's there as a deposit, but it gives you an opportunity to start you another matrix. Now, when Bob and Mary come into this business, and they do whatever they do when they cycle, they will follow you. And that makes you say, okay, what does that mean, follow me? Well, let me explain it to you. You cycled over here, and you go and take your $200 and let it ride, and go and start another cycle. You start another matrix. When Bob goes down and Bob cycles, when the number 3 gets 2 and number 4 gets 2, Bob has cycled, and when Bob cycles, he follows you. He has to go somewhere to start his new matrix. And where does Bob go? Over here. You have a new matrix started here. And number 1, number 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Just like we had over here, the same thing. But now Bob has cycled, and Bob follows you. So where does Bob go? Well, it just so happens that you don't have anybody in your matrix yet, so Bob takes the first available position, which is right here. Okay? Now let's say that you get Bill into the business. So Corey, you sponsor Bill into the business, and you make $50 for putting Bill into the business. In the meantime, Bob comes over here and Bob cycles. Bob doesn't cycle, excuse me, Bob doesn't cycle. Bob gets somebody into the business. Bob gets Tom into the business here, and he's looking for 1 more, and Bill's looking for 2. In the meantime, Mary has cycled. Mary is one of the first people you put into the business. She got her 6 people, and she cycled, and she goes to follow you also. Well, in the follow you matrix, you're here. The first available spot for you is right here. There's Mary. Goes there. Mary helps you, but Mary also helps Bob, because now Bob has got 1 position filled that he didn't do anything for. Okay, so now Bill gets 2 people here, gets 1 here, and gets 1 here, and Corey, you now have cycled again, and you cycled by getting 1 person in, which means you made $50. Okay, so we'll put this right here that you made $50 on the cycle. Because you cycled, guess what? The company pays you again $100. So $100 for cycling, and a $200 Walmart gift card. Now that Walmart gift card is to be used for groceries, for gas, for television sets, for anything that you want. You don't have to use it for just groceries. It's just a gift card. You can use it at Sam's Club, and you can use it at Walmart. And the company, by the way, when we have money that's due to our affiliates, it's paid every week. Our weekend's on Sunday at midnight, and after midnight on Sunday, then it's paid on Thursday. The checks are cut on Thursday, and you get your check on Saturday or Monday. I usually get mine on Saturday, but I have gotten a couple of them on Monday. But that's what happens when you cycle the second time. You'll get $350, $400 the first time. And what are we looking for when we get into a business like this? We're looking to figure out how can we get our money back. How long is it going to take to get our money back? Well, in this case, if it only took you a week to get this cycle done, then you made $400, and your $200 is still there. It's not gone anywhere. You can get that $200 back at any time. When you do get it back, of course, that means that you don't have an opportunity to go do another matrix, and none of us want to do that. We all want to keep on going and keep on building our business. Now, one of the beautiful things about this business is you sit there and look and say, okay, there's 400 and there's 350. That's great. And I can go now, I can take this, Corey, you can now take this $200 credit that you have and go do it again. Okay, and that's what you will do. But because you cycle twice, you're now entitled to a infinity bonus. It's called a bronze infinity bonus as the first level, and bronze infinity bonus pays you $80 for each person that cycles under you. Now you think, okay, wait a minute, now what does that mean? How do I get $80? It's real simple. Go back over here to this first matrix. Let's start here. And you got this person right here. This is Sue right here. And Sue is a go-getter. She just goes out and blows it wide open. And Sue goes down and does her thing, and she cycles once, and Sue goes down, she goes over here, and Sue cycles twice. Guess what? You just made $160 because Sue cycled twice under you. And as these other people under them cycle and people under them cycle, it just goes on and on and on. As we said, it's an infinity bonus. After you have cycled twice, then you're entitled to that bonus. When you have somebody under you that you personally sponsor, like in this case you personally sponsored Bob and Mary and Bill, when one of those people that you sponsored has cycled twice, then they become bronze and you get a raise. You get what's called Pearl, and that gives you a $100 bonus instead of $80. Okay, so this is how it starts off. This is how it works, and this is what you need to look at just to get started. It's a lot more. It gets a lot deeper than this. There's a lot more opportunities than this. But this is just phase 1 and phase 2 that I'm showing you right now. Because you're looking at this and it's on a website, I want to tell you that you can get in touch with me, by calling me. I'll put my number up here on the board. It's 865-300. 1953. That's in Knoxville, Tennessee. And if you'll call me with any questions, I'll be glad to answer any questions that you may have. I'll try to do anything I can to help you. I'll help you grow your business, anything that I can do. And that's all for me now, and I hope you all have a great rest of the day. What'd I leave out?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
The only thing